Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex Grinberg. I'm founder of eWise, and with me is Mark Matthews, who's MD of our UK and European office. We're delighted to be presenting at Finovate again. Today, we're going to show you something that we believe is going to fundamentally change the way that consumers not only transact online, but also fundamentally change the way that consumers think about their online relationship with their financial institution. eWise has a 12-year track record of working with some of the largest financial institutions around the world to deliver online banking, personal financial management, and account aggregation solutions. The challenge that our customers talk to us about is quite often around creating an engaging platform for a consumer, particularly increasingly in the mobile world, while at the same time delivering a revenue and profitability engine back to the bank. And a lot of banks are rolling out personal financial management solutions, which they call on-us solutions, where they only use the transactions from that particular bank. We think that that's a tremendous disservice to the bank because it does not allow the consumer to bring in wonderful, rich sources of data. We also think it's a tremendous disservice to the consumer because it fails to recognize that consumers have multiple relationships online. So wouldn't it be great to have the ability on a single device to have online banking, personal financial management, budgets, categorization, and so on, as well as the ability to transact? And the ability to transact, in this case, involves eWise proprietary technology. We're inventors of client-side aggregation, which we consider to be fundamental in terms of the ability to bring in data. So, if we can move to the demonstration quickly. On a single screen, in this case on a tablet device, the consumer is able to see a white label solution labeled by and integrated by any bank that combines their assets and their liabilities. And we're quickly going to go through the PFM functionality. The consumer is now able to check their accounts. The consumer is able to look at their assets, banks, cash positions that they've got, and so on. But let's have a look now in greater detail at transactions. That gives us the ability to look at categorization, see where the consumer is spending their money, and check where the money is going. Now we're going to move on and have a quick look at the budgets, reds, greens, fairly standard PFM functionality, but important from a consumer's perspective. Let's briefly have a look at goal setting. Again, fairly standard functionality, but again, fundamental to the consumer's ability to see, manage, and control their accounts and their life online. And then quickly at a calendar. All of it integrated, all of it powered by our account aggregation. So far, so good. Now, let's have a look at real-time scenario where a consumer wishes to, in real time, have a look at their balance at a particular institution. In this case, it's Lloyd's, and we're going to do real-time aggregation from the device. Zero disclosure of user IDs and passwords to any third party. None of this information is stored on any server in the US or outside the UK jurisdiction. So there we have aggregation in real time from the consumer's device. We're now going to click through from the device and allow the consumer, still within the application, to log in real time without typing any user IDs and passwords, again using the power of eWise aggregation, and look at the account information directly at the target institution. So that's pretty impressive. The missing piece has always been the ability to transact. And by transactions, we mean physical movement of money. In the UK, we're very fortunate to have faster payments, which is a fantastic infrastructure, really in search for a terrific application. Well, we believe we have the terrific application right here. Because as the consumer is able to see all their accounts, as they're able to see their wonderful, rich personal financial management, what we want them to be able to do is actually to move money around. So what we're going to show you is real-time movement, in this case from a First Direct account to, let's select one, which will be, Lloyd's. Terrific. So we're going to move £5 from our HSBC account This is happening in real time, directly driven from the device into a Lloyd's account. Mark is going to enter the amount and off we go. And that process takes, depending on the speed of the connection and the speed of the institution that we're driving this process through, somewhere between 10 and 12 seconds. Again, the connection speed is, the internet connection speed is key. There we go, we're done. So Mark has just transferred £5. Now, for those cynical of you in the audience, I'm sure there's a couple, how about we actually show you that the funds have actually arrived? So let's do that. We're now actually going to log into Lloyd's account and demonstrate that the funds have actually arrived. Mark goes to the account, there it is. £5, date stamp, time stamp. Now, why is that significant? Because in the one solution, the consumer is able to see, manage, and most importantly, transact privately, securely. Now, if you now add a not just a compelling front end and customization around the user interface that allows this application to be perfectly white labeled for a given financial institution, but you now add an advertising engine, you're able to suggest to the consumer, based on the full insight into their financial life, not just your relationships with them, but the totality of their relationships, that they're able to move funds to your savings account, checking account, make better payment decisions, and most importantly, keep them involved and keep them engaged. We have a long track record of delivering these solutions very successfully at low risk and on budget to financial institutions. We'd warmly welcome an opportunity in the breakout session to introduce you to eWise and show you more. Thank you very much.